Hello guys, I'm Kiri, welcome back to my channel. Today we're gonna talk about one of my all-the-time favorite cars, BMW M3 E30. This car what we have here today is in absolutely mint original condition. It's one of the best well-preserved BMW M3 E30s I ever seen. The car was presented for the first time at Frankfurt 1985 Motor Show and straight away became one of the top cars of the day. Was named M3, which stands for Sport, Dynamic and Pleasure to Drive. The car was based on the E30 Coupe two-door chassis, but there were many changes. For example, 12 panels on the M3 are different than the normal E30. The wheel arches, boot, the surround rear glass panel, the seals, the bumpers, they were completely different and specially developed for this very successful model. The idea of the M3 was to make a racing car available as a street version. To homologate the M3, BMW needed to make 5,000 road versions for the Group A regulations and to be sold in 12 months. So they did it. They sold more than 5,000 cars in 12 months. But not only 5,000, to the end of the production in 1991, they make 17,970 cars, BMW M3 E30. The car was very successful. The people just loved this car on that time, but even today is one of the most desirable car in the world. The car was designed for purpose, to jump on the track and race. That's why all the components were different than the standard E30. The brakes are different, specially designed for the race. The suspension as well, they are specially designed for racing. The exhaust is completely different. The steering system is absolutely different. The gearbox as well is completely different. So is dogleg, is made by Getrack. So to engage the first gear, you need to go on the bottom left. So all the M3 E30s, they are left-hand drive. They didn't make any right-hand drive cars. So all of the 17,000 cars, 970, they are left-hand drive. The big rival of this car was the Mercedes 190 2.3 Cosworth, but we're gonna talk about this car a little bit later. You can see here the original BBS alloy wheels and the tires 205/55 R15, and how I said the wheels, they are BBS specially designed for the BMW M3 E30, 15-inch wheels. You can see here the real arches, the real C column is specially designed and is made from fiberglass, and the rear boot as well with the spoiler made from fiberglass, the bumper as well with the exhausts and BMW M3 badge on the boot. The performance was amazing back on the day from the 4-cylinder 2.3 liter engine. Yeah, how we said, the engine is 4-cylinder in line with the codename S14 with high revving W overhead cam head, 2.3 liters naturally aspirated, 192 horsepower at 6,750 rpm. From 0 to 100 km per hour or 62 miles per hour, the acceleration was 6.7 seconds, the maximum speed 235 km per hour. The weight of the car was 1,160 kilograms. For example, my Lotus has the same weight, Lotus XL, 1,160 kilograms, which was in production from near the same era, 82-92. And the engine is 180 horsepower, so the acceleration is 6.9. Here we have 6.7. In some countries with the catalytic converter were not fitted, the power was 197 horsepower, so slightly up with 5 horsepower. In September 1989, they upgraded the model to 2.5 liters, and the power of course went up to 212, and the maximum speed 240 kilometers per hour. BMW was very confident with this engine. They said we don't need 6-cylinder or turbocharger because we can make enough power and fast car. But this was back on the day. After E30 it came E36 with 6-cylinder engine, and the design was like normal E36, so nothing special outside, just different bumpers, the fenders, everything was the same like E36. And then it came E46, and then E90, E92 with V8, very heavy engine, and then F10 with turbo. So the tradition is gone. No more light cars, and for me this is a real BMW 3, the original one, E30. I don't have any experience with the BMW M3 E30. I never sat behind the wheel, but I owned two BMW E30 two doors coupe. The first one I bought was 1984 BMW 318i with 105 horsepower with lower, very lower suspensions. Then I bought same year, 1984, two-door of course, BMW very special model 323i Hard G with 150 horsepower. Again very low clearance, the sport suspensions, all skirts around under the bumpers as well. But I want to say that the 318i with the 4-cylinder engine was more stable on the road because was more light. I was more confident with the 4-cylinder engine than the 6-cylinder on the bends because just the 6-cylinder engine was more heavy and the car was oversteering. So BMW they M3 they did right to choose the 4-cylinder engine because it's very light and the car stays very stable. So but let's talk a little bit about the design, the beauty of the car. How we said before, 12 of the original E30 coupe panels were different. To save the weight, they've been made it all by fiberglass, so the extended fenders, the sporty skirts, the sunroof as well, the aerodynamic bumpers. The most interesting is on the back of the car. The C-pillar columns and the boot with the spoiler are specially designed to improve the aerodynamics, and they give to the car a radical change. In my opinion, BMW built this car also to answer the Mercedes with the Model 190 E2.3 Cosworth, which they was preparing for the DTM races. Even both cars were using the same Getra gearbox dogleg, but Mercedes was with 185 horsepower from 2.3 liter engine, and the head was built by the English company Cosworth because of that time AMG was not part of Mercedes. The other rival was of course the Ford Sierra Cosworth. But on the public roads, BMW M3 E30 rivals were the same Mercedes 190 Cosworth, they built around 14,000 of these. Audi Quattro Turbo, 200 horsepower, they built 11,040, 452 of them. And of course the Ford Sierra Cosworth. So guys, I hope you liked the video about the BMW M3 E30, one of my favorite car all the time. Please subscribe my channel and see you next time. Bye.